Hello, my name is Borges and I am a PhD student in computer science. In this poster, I am presenting one of my recently completed work, Complexity-Scalable HEVC to AV1 video transcoding based on partition inheritance. AV1 was launched by EO Media to offer a royalty-free video codec that was more efficient than the HEVC standard. In my work, I present a video transcoding where an HEVC-based bitstream is decoded and reencoded to the AV1 format. Many companies are adopting the use of the AV1 format, but the computational cost for the the AV1 reference software is too high. Recent papers show that AV1 LibOM is approximately 50 times lower than HEVC AGM software. These two encoders present a frame partitioning in order to optimize the encoding process and coding efficiency. In AV1, the basic treatment unit is the superblock. In the HEVC, it is the coding tree unit. Both structures can be subdivided into smaller blocks in a structure. Therefore, we can define deep levels according to how many times this tree needed to be subdivided into smaller parts. Our HEVC to AV1 transcoding is based on exporting the deep levels observed during the HEVC decoding for all blocks and frames. Also, two variables define the maximum and minimum deep levels allowed. So, during the AV1 encoding, the deep level of the AV1 blocks is observed. That way, the LibOM must keep deep levels that are above the maximum limit and cannot split to levels that are below the minimum limit. By accounting for all possible combinations of these two variables, LA and LB, we can obtain 25 possible variations of a allowed tree. To better understand the process, let's consider the example where LA and LB have a value equal to 1. Considering these two variables, it is possible to calculate max dip and min dip. Therefore, for each block that AV1 processes, I look for the DL map value. In this example, is 2. If the AV1 is processing a block with DL less than max dip, so LibOM will force split this block into 4 new subblocks. LibOM processes these blocks recursively. So, for this example, DL with values from 1 to 3, which is the min dip value, can be splitted and chosen. Our algorithm forbids LibOM to perform partitioning beyond min dip. Of 25 combinations of LA and LB, we performed a Pareto analysis to see variations in runtime execution and impact on AV1 coding efficiency. After the Pareto analysis, 14 configurations were highlighted, and we are able to observe the existence of 3 groups of results. The first group is more aggressive, being possible to speed up the execution time of AV1 by up to 34%, with a loss of coding efficiency around of 5%. The second group, with more moderate results, ensures that the coding efficiency is not impaired far beyond 1%, and speed up the AV1 coding time by 13%. The last group of configurations are focused in low coding efficiency loss, presenting less than 0.2%. However, there is a little LibOM acceleration with results around 2.5%. Well, as far as we know, this is the first video transcoding research from HEVC to AV1 that involves a strategy for scaling the deep levels of partition tree. The deep levels extracted from the HEVC decoder, we can determine which deep levels of the AV1 tree are most valid to be tested. Of all the configurations, the fastest accelerates the LibOM in 34%, presenting a loss of coding efficiency of 5.38%. This is my recently completed work. Thank you for watching.